Good morning, everybody. Just thought I'd do a very quick live stream. Let's see who comes in. Anybody here? Say hello. Wonder where these trolls are hanging around today. If Awake Souls is around. Hi, Sky is the limit. Nice to see you in here. A bit of mod status there. It's probably a bit early for people to come in. Normally I'll get 40 or 50 watching, but it's very early. Not my normal time for going live. But yeah, the reason I wanted to just come on and just say, I watched a video this morning. I remember the name of the guys. What are they called? Awake something. Awake Retards or something like that. Awake Muppets. I think it was Awake Muppet. Oh no, Awake Ballsacks, that was it. Yeah, Awake Ballsacks. And so yeah, they've been accusing me of doctoring my footage. Which would be quite interesting to do, seeing as the work that would have to go into doing that kind of doctoring would be quite substantial. Hey Dave, nice to see you in here. How's it going, mate? Yeah, I'm just talking about those Ballsacks over at Awake Ballsacks, who think they can preach their godliness over here and call out flat earthers that do genuine research. Banana Cam, nice to see you in here. I like you coming in. I like the name of your channel, actually, especially when we're talking about Soundly and destroying his footage too. Awake Souls and his buddy are clowns. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've had a lot of chatting with people recently in the last 12 hours or so, and that seems to be the genuine consensus that they are complete pricks, because they go after genuine flat earthers all the time and they call them out and say that they're this, they're that, and the other. And in reality, I mean, they had a live stream yesterday. Somebody was kind enough to do a screenshot and show me just how many people were actually watching that that live stream that they did, and they had 12 people watching. So kind of says it all, really. For a couple of people that are supposed to have 16,000 subs and then another 5,000 subs. Reds used Soundly's bullshit to show Kirby watching that video. They're ridiculous, so they don't. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I wonder if I can. I might be able to show you that screenshot actually of just how many people were watching that live debate. Let me see if I can screen share here. Just a moment. Screen share. Your entire screen. Boom. Right. So, hopefully you're getting this. This was the fake flat earth ranty flat earth Nathan Oakley Arwen exposed. We have 12 watching, 2 likes, 3 dislikes, and this is from the Limitless channel that has apparently 4.4 subscribers. And yeah, so the channel had 12 live watchers. Now, I don't know if you guys, obviously, you've seen sort of like Jamie Brown live, for instance. He has, I think, nearly 2,000 subs now, and he gets 50, 60 people watching his. You know, I mean, it's yeah, the ridicule banana. Right, okay, 15 subs, 12 viewers. Okay, then 15 subs. 15k subs. Yeah, he's admitted yesterday on Nathan's show that he buys people to watch his crap, and that's essentially what it is, crap. If we look at the stuff that they're actually debating and just how wrong they are, they basically accused me of doctoring this footage. I might just put it on for you to see, actually, if I can. Where are we? 6th of June. So they've essentially said that I've doctored this footage. No, it wasn't the 6th of June, that was yesterday. Hang on, 3rd of June. Yeah, so this video, bearing in mind, they say that this is doctored footage. Now, bearing in mind that the sun is actually setting behind these turbines. I think actually the sun has set at this time actually, just after sunset. And I haven't got a solar filter on, so obviously there's a lot of orange and a lot of black. But they've said that basically I've doctored this footage with this point coming up now. I'm going to be looking at like I said on Nathan's channel yesterday, two sets of wind farms in the foreground and wind farms in the background. Two completely different sets of wind turbines. We have Barrow wind turbines, which are in the foreground here, these ones here that are much larger and sharper. And then some 8-9 miles behind them, we have these other wind farm, which are part of Ormond wind turbines. Now, if we play the video along, you can see that there are big ones, little ones, big ones, and little ones. Now, as we look down the line of sight to that, actually, I haven't got it up ready, but let me just get that now. As we look down that line of sight, Google Earth. And this is also something else that they said, which was retarded, that they do a lot of research and they wouldn't go live with something if they weren't absolutely 100% sure that they were correct, etc., etc., etc. So from this location here down at the bottom, this is where I actually did the filming from. And we're going to be looking at a line of sight through these turbines. So with two sets of wind farms, we have a box here, which represents one set of turbines. And then a long way behind that, we have another box of wind farms, which are Ormond. So that's Barrow and that's Ormond. Now, if I do a distance measurement between the two wind farms, so if I start with the first wind turbine of Barrow, which is this one, and I put a measurement out and I come all the way across over here to Ormond wind turbines, which is that would be the nearest one on that. It's 8.62 miles away. So that's how far Ormond wind turbines are behind the ones in the foreground. Also, back to where my observation point was down here, it's roughly 14 miles away. So it's 14 miles to that turbine, and then from 14 miles, it's another, 22 and a half miles to this one, right? What they took from yesterday's debate, which was the only thing that they seem to have taken, was my calculation of 2 miles. Now, my calculation of 2 miles was done on this entire set of wind turbines here, from that turbine there to that turbine there, which is roughly 2 miles, 2.3. If I clear that one off, and then we're looking at the left-hand side ones, which was the ones that I was just showing you now, and we did the measurements from that, you know, we're looking at 2 miles, 1.97 miles, essentially 2 miles. So that is the distance, the 2 miles distance that we were talking about in yesterday's debate. I was very clear, very concise with me mentioning that this was the 2 mile distance. What they have taken from the debate is that I'm saying that there's a 2 mile distance between that turbine there and this turbine there, or perhaps even this turbine here, whichever, right? So they've done a whole stream of a 2 hour stream, essentially calling me a liar for this observation. Now, straight off the camera, and you know, it's retarded to even think that I would fake that. I mean, there's no need for that. 3rd of June. So barrow left. This was the image that they had up. So we have 2 very clear lines here, and I don't know why they didn't even refer to these lines. I mean, it's so obvious what I'm showing. I mean, the retardedness is ridiculous. I mean, I'm so frustrated with these guys. We have a line going through the hubs of the turbines in the foreground, which are these turbines here. So these turbines here, this line here, this line of turbines here is the one that we're looking at. So from there to there, so from there to there is what we're looking at, right? And then, so yeah, so that's that one's here. That's these turbines. And then the ones behind with another big red line going through the hubs, right? The ones that are much smaller than the ones in the foreground are the turbines, not from this wind farm, the pricks, but from this wind farm, which are substantially further away. So we have 2 sets going on here. So we have from there to there. I'll save that actually. So from there to there, that's the small ones that we're looking at. And these are the big ones, the pricks. Right? So now the line of sight, which is looking through this way, almost like down a road. So for instance, when we look down this road here, the camera is pointing down the road, and from left to right or right to left, whichever way you're looking at it. And that's just down to perspective. Essentially, I am looking down the road, but this is the perspective that we get. We get it from right to left. So when we look at the image that I was showing you here, we are looking down these turbines, but they appear to be from left to right. But that's just down to the way the camera captures the evidence. Now, what they've done is they've said that these turbines here and this turbine in the background are 2 miles apart. Right? That's their claim, is that these turbines are 2 miles apart. This big one and the little one. Big one, little one, 2 miles apart. They've done a whole bashing of me about this perspective thing, and they've not even addressed the fact that we're talking about 2 separate wind farms. This wind farm and this wind farm. And the distance between them, like I've told you, is 8.5 miles. 8.5 miles difference between the 2 turbines, and they said it's 2 miles. So they've got it completely the wrong way up. They've absolutely messed it up big time. Big time. I told them I was going to wreck them if they wanted to carry on doing this. If you look at Nathan Oakley, I've got his channel open here, and I want to show you all the comments that he's left. Yeah. So I'm just going to scroll down here, and we have, where has he put it? Let's see. I don't know if it's on here. He probably has put them in here somewhere. Oh, here we go. I have your boy Ranty falsifying evidence. This is huge. You're done. Everyone is going to know about this. Blah, de, blah, de, blah, blah, blah. Fraudulent evidence. And then they essentially go about doing this entire smear campaign against me by talking about a 2 mile distance between turbines, when the 2 mile distance in turbines was relative to each turbine in the wind farm that they were in. So when we look at the image again, there's a 2 mile distance between that small turbine in the background. Let me just see if I can enlarge that. So this turbine here, where my cursor is now, and this turbine here, the one on the far in the background, the distance between that one and this one is 2 miles. The same as the distance between, on the big turbines, this turbine and this turbine is 2 miles. However, in relative respect to each line, you know, the big one versus the little one, there's an 8.5 mile distance between them because they are in a different wind farm altogether. The pricks, the idiots, the morons, fucking idiots, fucking morons. Anyway, so let's see who's putting what in here. Yeah, I am actually out there doing this kind of stuff. You're right. I am. I'm actually going out. I'm getting on with it. I'm putting this stuff out there. You know, I was talking to Nathan this morning and saying that every time I go down to the beach, they've got new parking areas now that you have to pay. It's like £2 or so. So £2 each time I go, probably twice a day. And then you add the petrol on top of that. So maybe if I go down twice, that's probably around about £6 or £7 in petrol. So it's at least 10 quid a day that it's costing me to actually go and do this footage. So that's 70 quid a week times by the last 6 weeks that I've gone religiously every day. 6 weeks times by 70. Work it out yourself. 6, 7, 420 quid just to go and do these observations. And I've got some moron coming on who sits on a channel and just kind of talks about other channels, literally just talks about other channels, does nothing else, doesn't do anything for himself, doesn't do any videoing himself. And why haven't you got a wrench? You should have a wrench. There we go. Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. We do have to get to a point where we just ignore these cretins. And, you know, look now, 15 watching, right? Now, I have 400 subs or so. These guys are supposed to have between them 20,000 subs or something, and they only got 12 people watching their shit show last night, right? And that's just because, at the end of the day, I'm more relevant than they are. I go out and I do research, and I don't think anybody, even the ballers, wouldn't say that I've forged my evidence. It's literally straight off the camera. I mean, you can look at the software that I've actually got on my PC, if you like. So you can then say, okay, well, if he's forging it, where's he forging it? Well, the only software that I have is this video editor, and I can't even do a video on this now because it was a trial version and it ran out. Thank you for using the demo version. Blah 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 blah. I can't even edit a video now because it's run out now. If I'd been using my old hard drive, old hard drive, it's fair enough because I had Adobe Premiere Pro on that, but I haven't had that for what, probably, let's say 2 months now, something like that. So I haven't been able to do my own proper standard of work that I would normally do, putting a proper video together and making it look sweet. So essentially I'm just uploading videos as they come off the camera. So, you know, that's just the way it is right now. You're not getting notifications very often. Yeah, a few people have said that actually. You know, you're not the first person to actually say that. I mean, when Nathan goes live as well, quite often I will miss a notification for that. And I tell you another one, Martin Leakdy too. You know, I never ever get his. I've got his bell rung, and his notifications never come through to me. So I always get the notification that he's uploaded a video, but I always miss him doing it live. Ruhif, did you see Ranty's recent world proof of winter being eaten by the water? What's Jamie Brown in here? Oh yeah, Ruhif is in. Yeah. Where's Jamie Brown? Hi, Jamie. Nice to see you in here, mate. You're doing excellent work, by the way. Got to say, you've really improved your arguments. I mean, I remember from the first time I saw your show to what it is now. It's like you've got it nailed down, mate. Doing great stuff over there. Highly recommend that you, if anyone's watching now, subscribe to Jamie Brown, definitely. Right. So yeah, people aren't understanding the perspective argument now. There was a guy I had up here. Was it this? No, where was he? This guy here. Saw this video this morning. Now he's called "Belief is a Thief." He only has 6 subs, so you know he's new to this. But what he's done is he's put a table together. I'm not going to play the video because I don't know this guy who he is, but basically he's got a table in his backyard, and he's kind of mimicking the curvature of the Earth with bending over this piece of board or something. And essentially, what he's saying is that not only they're not taking perspective into account, but they're not taking the tilt into account as well. So he actually goes down the other side and he puts a pen up and he shows that not only should they take the tilt into account, not just the perspective change, but also the tilt. So that's something new to look into. And I watched the video. I would suggest you perhaps go over and have a quick look at that. I might put the link out into the, let's copy that and I'll put it into the side chat. So if you guys want to head on over there and perhaps give him a shout out. Right, where are we? Let me pull that in the chat. There we go. Riley admitted that Mick West's curve calc is fine. Humble pie time. No idea what he's talking about. Skull Ranty found any magical curvature yet? No, absolutely not. Ranty 420 subs should be 42,000. Well, thanks you, and appreciate that. Who knows? Who knows what will happen in a couple of years' time? You never know. I don't actively go out of my way to try and grab subs. It's nice when they come along. You know, some people are probably better at marketing themselves than I am. So yeah, so going back to this observation, which he said was it's all fake, right? As you can see, we have the numbered DSCN 5072 going all the way along straight off the camera. I just pick one of these, for instance, right click that and then do properties. So it gives you the file size, details, etc. I used the date taken, and which was the 3rd of the 6th, 2124, the size of the image, the fact that I used a Nikon Coolpix P900, exposure time, ISO speed, etc., etc., etc. Right, latitude and longitude, and the altitude above sea level, 1.9. Right, so we have all the data on here on that particular, which one was it? 5103. So 5103. So let me open this image up and show you. Oh, look at that. That's actually the second part. If I go back a video, a frame, that's the first part of the video that I took. That's the next one. So this is the one that I've just done those property details for. As you can see Barrow wind turbines in the foreground, and in the background you can see Ormond wind farms in the background, a further 8.5 miles behind these ones in the foreground. Those Muppets thought it was 2 miles. Those Muppets got it wrong. The Muppet Show calling me out, motherfuckers, morons. I'll buy you 1,000 subs, dude. Just kidding. No, mate. Literally, nobody buy me any subs. My name isn't Awake Ballsacks. I don't need fake subs. I don't need fake views. All the guys that are coming onto my channel and leaving comments and watch my videos, they're the real subs. You know, they're they love seeing this kind of stuff, and they see the flatness over the Irish Sea. The motherfucking Muppets kept going. Oh, that's what I wanted to show you, right? Okay, so these guys here, you're right, Nathan Oakley. I mean, I mentioned the comment that this that was put on here. This I have your boy falsifying evidence. This is huge, right? I mean, he must have put this same comment in about 60 times, and he's actually talking to it. I mean, here we go. Look at this. He's putting it again there. He's putting it again there. And let's have a look. Oh, here we go. He's responding to that. He actually responds to himself, and some of these names that come up, I've never seen these names before, but some of the people that are responding are clearly himself talking to himself. And he thinks that we can't see this. Man, 12 viewers he had watching. 12 viewers he had watching this. Where are we? Yeah. In fact, even now, you've just seen me click on this. He's had 254 views. Now, I've probably added about 5 of them because I started watching, then went away, then reloaded it again and put it up for this. So probably 5 of them views are mine. We've got 15 likes, 15 dislikes. I might give a dislike actually on that just to piss them off. So there we go. I've just clicked it. You dislike this video. What else? So yeah, so this guy's got what? How many subs has he got? Oh, 4.4 subs, 254 views, and he had a 2-hour hangout. I think that's kind of shows the level of people we're dealing with here. Nobody really tunes into them. Right, even editing anyway. Twats everywhere. Twats everywhere. There is. To be fair, this is the first time. I say it's not. Well, maybe not the first time, but it's the first time I've had a flat earther, I believe, do a video against me and say that my evidence is fraudulent. Okay, if they want to believe that it's fraudulent, so be it. I can show you straight off the camera from yesterday some of the stuff that I took yesterday. And they say this is all kind of fraudulent, I would suppose. So there was this boat here that it's kind of got like a mouth on it at the front. I can't remember what I called it now. Barracuda boat, I think I called it. Essentially because it's just the refraction of the boat, but look at it, looks like it's got a mouth. So I guess that's fraudulent too. I guess I kind of edited that too. I went down to the beach and fraudulently made this because the ballers are going to claim that this is curvature. Anything that could be claimed as curvature is obviously fraudulent. It's not just optical, in their opinion. I actually did get a name for this one. Piranha boat. Here's another one. Oh, look at that. The wind turbines in the background as well. Getting smaller due to angular perspective. And they're all actually from the same wind farm. Look at this. Piranha boat. Again, are they going to say that this is CGI boat? Straight off the camera. Let me pause it and do the properties on it. I actually have to go out of it and do properties on it first, actually. So, where are we? Properties. So, created, modified. Ooh, modified. Ooh, what does that mean? Don't know what it means on these. Anyway, so media created 2018, 12/22, blah, 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 blah. The MOV file. Date created, date modified. I think that's the date I actually took the video, and when I actually put it onto my computer, I think that must be what that means. Probably an hour afterwards, which would make sense. Yeah. Frames per second, or whatever the length of the video, frame width, previous versions. There are no previous versions of this available. Oh, so it must be a real video. How about that? Well, apparently I fake stuff. Suppose I'm faking this as well. you know, this black hole that I keep seeing, which is just a rock that, you know, under certain conditions will look like a black hole. I suppose that's fake too, is it? Morons. You know, I don't mind being called wrong for getting things wrong. If I get things wrong, I get things wrong. It's just the way of life. But don't say that I'm faking stuff. Don't say that I'm faking stuff, because that isn't me, and I think everybody knows that. Even the ballers know that too. So yeah, it was nice of them to come on and make an ass of themselves. Because that's exactly what they did. They made an ass of themselves. And then they did a 2-hour hangout. What a bunch of idiots. 2-hour hangout. But Ranty, they are not flat earthers, just lying shills. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. Where are these guys? Let's see. Fake Earth, right, the Limitless channel. Let's have a look at the videos that they've put up. Because here's another thing, right? They went over my videos. They hovered over my videos. I'll show you in a second. And they basically said that I'm in league with Soundly because I had a video about Soundly, right? They said that I'm in league with Soundly. And because I had a video against Wolfie, they said obviously I'm working with Wolfie. They didn't even check to see what the video was about. Anyway, right. So seems like they've got a lot of Satanists, the Book of Enoch, more Book of Enoch. I mean, what? This has been up 3 weeks. They've got 281 views. 3 weeks, 101 views. It's not. What's that? 1 month ago, 54 views. Bloody hell! These guys are nobody. I mean, I actually thought they were somebody, but clearly they're not. So them admitting yesterday that they actually buy people to watch their videos. Yeah. That's the definition of a twat. Yeah. Anyway, I think I'll just show it one last time just to sort of rub it in. These morons thought that this wind farm and this wind farm were 2 miles apart. And these morons worked out their angular sizes on these turbines and said that they didn't match up, so I must have been frauding it. They missed the part where I clearly state that there are 2 wind farms, Wind Farm Ormond and Wind Farm Barrow. And Barrow is far, 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 far nearer, 8.5 miles nearer than Ormond. And that's why when you look at the image, when you look at this image, for instance, here, that's why these turbines and these turbines with the lines going through are on 2 separate wind farms. The morons. Idiots. Bellends. Hi, Sandra. Have you got anything good for us recently? You put any new videos out? Have a look. Where are we? P900. Let's have a look. Go to channel. I love checking your channel out because you do some crazy stuff. Videos. But yeah, those chemtrails were a bitch. Lost seal. That was kind of cool. Seeing that lost seal. You've also got the Isle of Man. Funnily enough, and this was the funny thing, they also said that I had faked this. Right, here we go. I'm going to leave your channel up for a minute because I want to. show you something that they said that I'd faked, right? So create a studio, videos. Right, here we go. So the Isle of Man footage. You know, when I caught the Isle of Man and you caught the Isle of Man on the same day, right? On the same day, bearing in mind that we both caught the Isle of Man. Where the hell is it? Put so many videos up recently, maybe it's on the next page. Let's go to the next page. No, it can't be. That was 17th of March. Anyway, the video where I do show the Isle of Man. Where the fuck is it? Isle of Man. That's a good point. Hey, where's this video gone? Oh, here we go. There we go. So yeah, so this is my video of the Isle of Man. So what was it? Yeah, see all this here, the Isle of Man. With the wind turbines, obviously I don't have a solar filter on, so that's why I've got all this gamma crap going on. Very, I mean, you can see all the light coming in. You know, I should have put a solar filter on. I didn't. But the day that I did this, Sandra, and I filmed it from this location, you filmed it from another location too. So on the same day, we both did it. We both did it on the same day. And they basically, here we go, Flat Earth to Blackpool. I think that was it. Do you mind me playing it, Sandra? I'll just wait for you to give me an answer on that. Don't mind me playing it. I'll just play that video too, just to show that, yeah, from Beaconfell. No, I don't mind. Right, cool. Right, excellent. So here we go. I believe this was the same day, 26th of March. Let me just check it was the same day. What was the load date? 30th of April. It must have been the video before that then. So let me just go back to the video before that. It must have been this one. Or maybe that one, I don't know. What date was that? 19th of March. So it would be the one in between. You can't see it very well on here. You see it on better on your other images, but essentially we both did it on the same day and we both caught the same footage. So they're saying that this was from Beaconfell. You were slightly higher up, obviously. Well, a lot higher up, and I was much lower to the water than you were. So your turbines look very clear and level, as you'd expect on a flat plane. And then they're saying that because my footage from much lower shows the angular size change, that obviously it must be faked. And then they used some kind of gamma correction on it, and they were able to bleach out the turbines and said that I'd faked it using that I'd been fraudulently doing that, which you could do that if I'm looking directly into the sun, because the sun sets directly behind these turbines and I've not got a solar filter on. Look how orange it is anyway. So when you put a filter on it, you can block out this. They're trying to say that I frauded it. What idiots. Morons. Don't even know if I'd have this on there. What date did I thingy that? So that was probably on my old drive, 30th of April. What are we on now? June. Yeah, I got my new PC about 4 weeks ago, so I haven't got it on this PC now. 3656. Just don't think I've got that on this PC. think I have observations. These were the first ones. Was on the P900, I think was the first one I did of this, 101. So what date was this taken? Properties. That was the 18th of May. The 18th of the May was when I started using this PC. So I haven't got any observations right now from them. I have to get them off my old hard drive. What's this here? Oh, I suppose this is a fraudulent video, a fraudulent image too. This is just an image that I took at the wind turbines from a long way away. And what we're seeing here is clearly perspective. And they're going to say that, oh, he's frauding it. Look, he's frauding. Look, those wind turbines are behind the water. And you've just seen me now just go to the image and just show you the image, right? I mean, it's not like I've prepared this, ready to sort of like just say, oh, look at this. In fact, let's do the properties on it. File information. So there's the file information on it. Taken Monday the 19th of March at 12:39. Dimensions, the ISO, blah, 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 blah. So what number of video? 3161. So 3161. There we go, 3161. So if we do the properties on that, this will bring it straight off the camera details. 18th of May, created, modified, accessed, details. There's all the details on it. So what do they think I'm doing? Do they think I'm going and editing every single image and every single... Sandra, you back me up. You've seen, you've obviously been to Blackpool. You've obviously seen the wind turbines. Would you say that this is an accurate representation of what you can actually see at times of the wind turbines as they get smaller, as they go into the distance? Frustrating with these guys, these Muppets. Good morning, Nathan. Nice to see you in here. Shared on Facebook and Twitter. Awesome. Here we go. Yes, Ranty. They're not all the same size either. No, because they also had another part of their assumptions was that all these wind turbines should be nice and in a straight line. So obviously there are times when you'll see the wind turbines beautiful and straight. So when we've got this image here where they look very, very nice and in a straight line, this is how they think that the wind turbines are in Blackpool. Well, it's not the case. They're very these Barrow's nice, Ormond's nice. They're in a nice straight line, evenly spaced out. It becomes a bit of a shit show when you come over to the west of Dudden Sands, because look at the way these are placed, haphazard. And then they get even worse when they come over to these ones. The haphazardness of it is all over the place. These aren't evenly spread positioned. They're in curves. There's no straight lines. I can't put a straight line anywhere through any of these. You know, from there to there, then to that one, then to this one, back on itself. It's retarded. So when it's all haphazard, and that's how it looks in the video, it's haphazard because they're not in straight lines. They're straight lines. They're straight lines. Your line of sight to these, it's just all over the place. Just all over the place. And Sandra, you understand that because you live here. Clearly, these guys don't live here, so they don't know what they're talking about. Morons. Come on, Ranty, admit it. You've even faked Satan's. Yeah, really. Yeah, I've admitted every video I've ever taken, I've had the time to completely forge and edit every single thing just so that I can just come on and go, hey guys, look at this. Because I've got that much time to waste that I can just jump on. I mean, do you have any idea how many images I have in just 2.5, 3 weeks or so on here? Let's see. Let's have a look. We have, if I go into the P900, which was the first one, we have 101 Nikon images, 102 Nikon. Right, look at all these images, right? Videos, images. So according to these guys, if ever I show a wind turbine, right, here we go. We have an image down here, right? So if I click on that, according to these guys, if it shows the turbines going below the horizon, then it's fraudulent. Come on. What's going on? Where is it now? Let me close all these down. Oh, close all them. Maybe my PC's a bit slow at the minute. Right, where are we? So yeah, so open this one here. Right. Oh, look at that. We have turbines in the foreground and we have turbines in the background. Right? And they are decreasing in size. I've never displayed this to anybody. I think I might have showed you, Nathan. Well, this isn't going over the curve. This is an angular change. But Nathan said people just wouldn't understand it. But I'm assuming that the guys on this debate who are listening in right now understand this very real phenomena that happens. As things get smaller in the distance, they disappear from the bottom up. They just reduce in their angular size. Now, does that mean that because this has come straight off the PC, DSCN 3361 JPEG, right? View file information, right? Does that mean that I've preempted this? I've preempted this and I've made this so that I could come on here and say, hey, look, there's curvature. Or is this just a real world observation of what actually happens? Viewing perspective in real time. Because that's what it is. This was an image straight off the camera, right? And these guys say they should never fall beyond the horizon. They're falling beyond the horizon due to perspective. Simple as that. We're aware of this, but a lot of the trolls would claim this is curvature. They just cannot put it in the head that this is what you would expect to see on a flat plane due to perspective. Here's the next one. Here's the next one. Oh, look, I suppose I edited this one too, did I? Did I edit this video, this one too? File information, straight off the camera. Did I edit this? Morons. Idiots. Yeah, exactly, Sandra. Yeah, you must have faked all yours too then. Yeah, because we understand how perspective works, that at some point, well, they all disappear from the bottom up, and that they reduce in size. So we understand that this is exactly how you would expect to see it, without a shadow of a doubt. Nathan understands this. Yeah, nobody other than Jason thinks you're faking anything, Renty. Yeah, I know that. I'm just kind of like wound up with the fact that they would decide to, you know, I don't know whether they've done it to try and drum up kind of some kind of fan base or something, perhaps maybe get a few more subscribers that will tune into the live streams. Perhaps that's why they've done it, because they're irrelevant, basically. You both have fake cameras. Yeah, they want ads. Yeah, so I'll Nathan, what I was saying to you is that I'll come on the show today and I'll do another little presentation and kind of rub it in the noses but I'll probably not mention the names, you know. Yeah, I'll probably not mention the names at all. I'll just redo the presentation and concisely, although I did it yesterday, state that we are looking at two separate wind farms, not the same wind farms. The Berks. I think. Do you know what I think they thought? I think they thought that this. I think they thought that what we were looking at was this line of turbines, then this one, then this one, and then this one. That's what I think they actually thought that we were looking at. And they were saying that they're the real big ones and then they're the small ones behind it. So they must have faked it because they're so close together. But they obviously missed out the point where I clearly point out that we're looking at Barrow, then Ormond in the background, some 8.5 miles further behind. Coincidentally, also in a straight line. It's just the way the turbines are situated and lined up. This map that I put together is an exact representation of how the layout of the turbines are, down to within a couple of feet of their exact GPS location. So all these turbines have been placed by me on Google Earth, and that's why whenever I do footage, I can precisely say where things are, what things are in the background. So from my location, looking through these turbines, the nearest ones would be Barrow. The next row isn't from the same wind farm called Barrow. The next one in the line of sight is Ormond, which is this row here. But clearly they didn't understand that or willfully neglected to take that into account, because, and they also said in the video that they wouldn't they wouldn't put this out there if they didn't do their research and weren't 100% sure that they were completely accurate with what they were saying. Well, clearly they didn't look into this, did they? Anyway, I'm thinking I'm running out of rants to say to them. So I'm going to have a coffee and I'm going to leave you guys to it. And yeah, I'll not mention them later. I'll just redo the presentation. And if you want to mention them and rub it in, Nathan, it's up to you. But as for now, I'll leave you guys to it. That's my rant for the morning. And I'll try and upload some more videos later. I've got plenty of stuff I could do. I could actually upload this entire wind turbine observation. Actually, I think I'll do that, and people can scrutinize it at their leisure and compare it to their evidence and see whether it matches up or whether I'm correct or whether they're correct. Anyway, as for now, I'm gonna leave you to it. And thanks for tuning in, guys. Shout outs, Ute, Sandra, Globethrusters, you didn't miss it. Just Dave Hinkle, thanks for tuning in. Soundless Banana Cam, perfect. I know who else have we got in? Ninja Man, hello. Obviously Nathan. Jamie Brown was in here before. Sandra, Anita, Sky's the Limit. I think you were the first guy in. And if I've missed everybody, thanks all for tuning in. Appreciate it. And I'll try and do. I'll upload this video later, the wind turbine ones. Right. Peace for now. Peace for now.